So when I accelerate hard, there's a big boost of power requirements. There's always a little bit of amount of power being used by the trailer. So as I started moving, that was a slow boost. I'm going to accelerate a bit more. Yeah, there we go. But once you're rolling, you can keep the power usage fairly constant. And that affects how quickly you go through the fuel in the tank. Now that particular feature was added to in-game Farm Sim 19. So the mod's not available in 19, but the effect of it is. But driving up and down steep slopes uses power. And so if you're using 300 horsepower equipment and a 380 horsepower tractor, that's probably sufficient unless you hit a hill, in which case even then you might slow down. So I've had this tractor since the start of this one because I'd already analysed the map, and it was a case of, yeah, there's some steep hills on this map. So I'm not going to be able to get away with a 200 horsepower tractor and 180 horsepower equipment requirements, because as soon as I hit a hill, we're going nowhere. Or at least anywhere that we're going, we're going to be doing it at 2 miles an hour. It's not having too much problem going downhill, of course. We'll go round again and come back for that later, next time. Oh, that looks like they're almost all collected. That's good. And there we go. Oh. Need to be a little bit careful along here because there's this row I haven't cut yet. Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear, oh dear. Do not want the pickup hitting that pile of ready stacked bales, so I have to pull round. I think I can pull around and reverse back. That'll work. That was a bit of a mess up there. Turn it the other way. Let's zoom in so I can actually see what I'm doing. So we'll unload that. And reset. Okay. And wait for the whole thing to fold down. I think there isn't 16 bales on this field, so we should be able to leave what we pick up on the trailer until we finish the field off. For it to reset, and next one. So last two. the lift up and run over here. So, collection done. Let's go get the train started again. So, that's on. I'm going to take that back to 2 offset. Maybe that's better. So the thing's down, just turn it on, we're good to go. And okay, we actually managed to turn them all on this time. We'll lower the front mower. I think I forgot to put the belt on follow. Because why would I bother to stick it on follow me? That would be far too sensible. There we go. That's better. Okay, everybody's playing follow me. Let's go. Make bales. Okay, let's observe the 2 at the back. I don't know, maybe it is 2.5 meters it's supposed to be offset. Be a while before it drops its first bale though. Okay, yeah, that's not working. I have 2 bales there, so the offset to 2.5. Let's turn it off, follow me for a minute, and get those 2 bales wrapped. Manage that one. Did I miss one back there? I think I did. Okay. Unload that. We'll go follow me again, and hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay, we got that one. keep an eye on it. The wrapping tractor will do little sprints. Grab one, it kind of slows down to wrap it. It'll stop to drop it, and then it'll sprint to catch up. I'm not sure whether that's because it's about 140 horsepower and it may not have enough power to adequately run the wrapper and move. Again, a byproduct of the realistic fuel usage. Seems to be doing a little bit better. So 8 miles an hour is the best we can make, even on this. Once this is fully fertilised and grown, 100% growth, 100% fertilisation, we're pretty much limited to about 4 or 5 miles an hour in order to keep the wrapper wrapping everything. But it's early, it's late spring last day, so grass is only 66% grown, so we're not full yield. And so how many stacks did we? We've got 3 stacks so far. Should get 6, maybe 7. Let's just say 6. So 6. That's about 96 bales are just off this one field. Fully fertilised, 66% growth. And the late summer, late fall cut will probably manage about 120. We've still got the field down at the bottom there, beyond the fence. That started life out as a pasture, which is basically map grass, and it's big. I mean, I still manage up to 160 bales off that, just of map grass, no fertilisation. Now, last year I bought field right at the end there, number 38, and that I've ploughed up and planted grass, and at the same time I ploughed up half of the grass pasture at the bottom as well, so it's now a grass field and can be fully fertilised, which means double the yield. So we'll probably get about 300 bales off that bottom field, in spite of the fact I've only fertilised it up to just to the left of where we are. I think the field ends, and it's still pasture on that side there in front, directly in front of us. Now we'll probably cut the pasture anyway. I did have thoughts of turning that into an overflow yard for equipment, because the rate the farm is growing now, I'm getting to the point where I'm needing another harvester, another plough, another cultivator, 2 more seeders, and I don't have storage space for them all. So it would be kind of handy to have some storage where I can put the ploughs, the cultivators, the seeders, maybe. Possibly move the fertilisers down there and the weeder, which I haven't used since about year 2. But it's yeah, we're closing up shop, so I probably won't double up on the equipment. And I probably won't convert that into a yard either. But that's why I didn't plough it in and plant it as grass, because if this playthrough was going to continue, that would be, yeah. I think the grass I have is sufficient. We have more bales than we can cope with. The whole point of me doing grass or silage bales initially was to create the digestate down at the BGA. So I was shipping bales out there and turning them into digestate. The money is a nice addition, but the primary goal was digestate because it reduces your fertilization costs. But we're now at the point where the digestate tank is full. I think I have a full bunker of silage at the BGA. I'm going to have another 400 bales to take down there and sell, and so I'm at overflow. I can't use the digestate until I start harvesting the arable fields. I suppose I could start spreading it on the grass as fertilizer. It's a somewhat cyclic view, although I don't have a digestate spreader. It's a cultivator spreader. I suppose I don't have to attach the cultivator to the back of it. But since we have so many cows and so many pigs, part of our fertilization this year was manure and slurry from them instead of the digestate. We had over 300,000 litres of manure. But manure spreads quite quickly, so it was only enough to do most of one, maybe two fields. It wasn't two complete fields. I had to finish them off with slurry. But then my view, once crop is in the ground, I'm going to use regular fertilizer. But a lot of the time I'm not needing to, because we're also putting a cover crop in over winter, which adds a fertilization state. And for corn and soybeans, the planter has fertilizer, so that's your 3 stages of fertilizer all done. Strip, about half a strip on the right, and then we're going to go over to the tree line and finish off over there, and this field will be done again. So how are we doing? It's midday and I still haven't heard any signs of life from Mrs. Oseed this morning. But we had a long tiring week, late nights, early mornings. And so we were kind of tired and tail end of this week. As I explained earlier in the video, we had the painters were supposed to come around next week to paint ceilings and walls that really needed it. Well, the job they were rostered to do this week, because of the weather, and it was an outside job, they weren't able to do it. So they rescheduled us for this week. At least the painters for this week. The some of the other work, tiling and what have you, that's not going to happen until next week, when it was supposed to happen anyway. But the office the office ceiling has now been painted. Stairwell's been done, and both bathrooms now have a nice coat of paint on them. They still have some of the trim and the doors to do. And then tile floors for both bathrooms, which we were planning to do, but they weren't number one on the list of stuff we wanted to do. So we kind of left them. And then when we decided to sell the house, it was kind of a spur of the moment thing. The realtor came round to look at it and said, yeah, the bathrooms look a bit tired. And it's sort of, yeah, well, we had plans, but unfortunately we never got round to those plans. I think I went up the wrong road there. I'll take a left turn. So they're not getting the treatment we wanted, but they're getting some treatment so that at least they're presentable and add to the value of the house. Okay, let's try that pass again. This is the one with the grass in it. Straight. Right, there we go. But we have to go out this afternoon to buy some tile for the bathroom floors, some tile from the for the basement ceiling, some of which have seen better days, especially the one where they dug a hole in the ceiling tile and then put the AC vent in the middle of the tile, so nothing to support the AC vent. And with various progressive work, because the basement bathroom is between all of the exterior connection points, telephone, gas, water, electric. Cable comes through the front of the house, so that's okay, but yeah,